Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 4th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning earlier than I wanted to, but got up pretty decent time with the dogs, got them all out, got the mess Bruce made cleaned up. Not much I can really do about that. He's so healthy at times and then just randomly poops and doesn't even know he's doing it. It is what it is. So, but got this morning, got out, got the dogs taken care of, all the good fun with that. Got them in, got them fed, kept them separated from it. Went ahead and I only had a couple dogs today. I had another dog getting dropped off, and normally I wouldn't do a drop off on the 4th because of the holiday thing, but I watch this dog quite often, so I know the dog real well. I know the owner real well. She's super kind, real good. The dog's got some food issues where it's obsessed with food. It's hard to give the dog a treat even, because they'll take your damn hand off in the process of trying to get to the treat. And even putting food out, you got to be really careful. Like, I got to make him go and sit and heel. I go put the food over there, and then I walk away. Then I let him go eat, kind of thing. And it's just, there's some issues. But other than that, he's a really good dog. So I went ahead and talked to her earlier in the week. So she dropped him off. Dropped him off this morning. Plenty gave me heads up. The whole 9 yards worked out well. Came in, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the higher energy pups that I have here right now, and with Cooper and Sky. So I was like, yeah, we'll see. They got along splendidly well. No issues in any way, shape, or form there. Nothing to worry about. So that worked out good for me. So I went ahead from there, played the dog some, spent some time outside, and was already just dealing with the heat. It was just not. It's going to be a hot one today. It just kind of is what it is. So we got a few things done, letting the dogs chill out there. Ended up having the hose going, and the hose I bought a new hose finally, but the hose I have has like a couple of holes that have burst in it that I've patched, and the kit that I bought the cheap little splicer kit, and it doesn't seal up real tight. So, but it was like $10 instead of $40. So I was like, I'm gonna risk it. So it makes like a really fine misty spray out where the hose connector is. So it works out well because the lab especially just laying there, just playing in the water, just living his best damn life. So loving the cool water, all that good fun stuff with it. From there, had a few things off and on, just kind of in and out of the house, but mostly out of the house still. Even as hot as it is, I'm still outside guy. That's just who I am. Dog's been in and out a couple different times. My wife didn't bring home any work with her at all, which is super rare for her. Like, I know I had to kill her emotionally just because she has so much work that needs to be done that she can't keep up with it, and she feels like it's, like she's letting herself down and whatnot, letting the company down by not bringing other work home. So, but it was really good for her not to. I noticed a couple different times she decided to nap, apparently, like just took a nap in the chair. We were talking, she came out with me a little bit in the morning, and then she went back inside, and I went in 20 minutes later. She's just sitting Indian style in the chair, just zonked out completely. And I was kind of chuckling. I'm like, oh, there you go, good nap. And then I noticed later she was on the couch, zonked out. Then I noticed later she was in the bed, zonked out. And I just kind of chuckled because she knows I love to nap. Like, why aren't you letting me nap? And I think part of it was the fact she knew that if I came in, the dogs would come in. And the dogs don't settle down real well that I have. The ones I have are more rambunctious. And she was kind of in the mindset of, I'd much rather he sits outside and sweats with the dogs than comes in here and disrupts my nap to nap with me. So she kind of, I think, not really maliciously, but I think she chose her napping over our napping 100% of the time, which is funny because I can virtually not nap on my own in a day. I can't do it. My brain just, I'll set up in the chair and I can fall asleep with a cigar in my hand. I'm watching YouTube, but I doze off and I catch myself like nodding up. But if I go try and lay down in the hammock, in the bed, wherever and stuff, brain won't shut off enough to go to sleep. When I don't want to go to sleep, I can't keep my eyes open. When I want to go to sleep, I can't keep my eyes shut. I can't get my eyes shut. So it is what it is. But when I'm with her, laid out like on the couch or even on the bed, I can nap really well. But she chose her own napping over mine, which she needs it too. So not mad at her or nothing. Just thought it was pretty funny. So went ahead, got a couple other things around the house done. Just mostly handled the dogs. I felt really good about myself because there was a bunch of dogs that I turned down that were just not good dogs. They were not going to be a good fit. A lot of last minute. I had one person want to drop their dog off like 5 o'clock today. Dog I've never met was not described well as a like community dog, and then on top of that doesn't do well with fireworks and so on and so forth, and also can't be crated even though he gets aggressive around fireworks. I'm like, why the hell would you do this to your dog? Drop off to a new spot, new thing, everything. And I left, I'd say at least $300 on the table today. At least $300 on the table today, maybe 600 if you figure tomorrow also. But it was worth the $600 to me for those 2 days for so much more peace and just not worrying, are the dogs going to kill each other? The dog's going to fight? The dog's going to be a problem? The dog's going to escape? The dog's going to freak out and hurt each other, hurt themselves, from the fireworks and stuff. And it was completely worth it. I went for my run, got back, got my shower, people shooting off fireworks off and on throughout the day. Nothing too major. And then got back, had some dinner, got it knocked out, and we ended up, I sous vide some, I'm not sure what kind of steak there was, some kind of prime rib, I don't know, no, it wasn't rib, I don't know what it was, some kind of steak that I bought the other day, and Mom wanted me to grill it, and I was like, just hell no, there's no way I'm grilling that, it's too hot outside. Definitely no way in the world I'm going to do that, because it's just, I don't want to stand over top of that grill. How's it going, man? Better than I deserve.
I heard that.
So instead of firing the grill up and fight with all that extra heat and all that junk, I just said to hell with it and went ahead and sous vide the thing, which works out really, really well. I just chucked in the vacuum sealer, a bunch of seasoning, some butter, onions and whatnot, and then sous vide it for like 3.5, 4 hours. Then we got done with my run, got my shower, basically sauteed up the onions I had in the bag with it, and a little quarter stick of butter. Got the pan hot as hell, chucked the meat in there, seared it on the edges, and had herself a beautiful meal. So ended up having that, baked potatoes, and watched a little bit of TV. Went back and finished watching the movie The Glass Onion. We started watching it the other day and fell asleep. My wife sat on my lap kind of thing, and just fell asleep right away, because it's just how I am with movies. I can watch TV shows, no problem. Movies, can't stay awake. So I went back and rewatched the first half I'd fallen asleep on. And so I knew the plot line, what was going on. So we finished it, and I don't know, I fell asleep again. So it wasn't enough to keep me awake. So now I go back and finish watching the second half and rewatch it again outside. And I'll watch it like a 1.5 speed, because that's what Hulu or Netflix let me do. And I can catch the big bits of it and keep myself awake enough, but just couldn't stay awake in the house to watch it. So, but from there, headed back outside. By that point, all the fireworks are going everywhere. Left the dogs in, they want to be out with me. If I walked in to like get a drink, they'd follow me in immediately. They didn't want to be out there by themselves at all, but they didn't feel comfortable being inside with my mom and my wife. They want to be outside next to me. So had the dogs out. The 4 dogs did splendid. One time the boxer went over by the fence, and I think my neighbor's husky was out there. The husky barked, and the boxer lost his damn mind, because I don't think he realized there's a dog on the other side of that fence. And it was kind of interesting how it went down. But overall, really no issue with the fireworks and stuff. Like I said, I had a great pack of dogs this time, and last year I remember it was just insanely stressful. Like it was misery upon misery, and this time wasn't the case. So felt much better about this deal. Went ahead, hung out there throughout the evening, finally gave it up and wrapped it up and headed in, call it a night. Grabbed myself, went in and watched Tom Segura's new special that came out today, Sledgehammer. Tried to watch it last night after midnight, and it was already, it wasn't out yet. I'm like, oh, it's supposed to come out the 4th. It's the 4th, it was after midnight, but I don't have to wait for like, what time of the 4th. But watched it tonight. It's not his best special. It was all right, but it's not his best special by any means. Kind of felt like he kind of rushed this one a little bit. Like there was some stuff he could have kind of, fleshed out a little bit more in that process. But hey, he still, sold a special Netflix, making good money. The dude's funny. A little bit of inside jokes here and there and stuff and whatnot. But it just, I don't know. It was not his best work in my opinion, but still funny. I'll probably watch it again, just to kind of check it out, because I usually watch comedies over and over, especially as I go to bed at night. I'll turn them on, kind of listen to them as I fall asleep, because I know it's coming. Not really a concern. I don't have to think about it, so it works well for me. But went ahead and asked my wife if she'd set her alarm, and she was like, because she'd fallen asleep at that point, just well after midnight, she goes, no, why would I? And I go, well, because I ask her virtually every night before I go to sleep, even though she's been asleep for an hour or two. I'm like, hey, just set your alarm. And 90% of the time, probably 92% of the time, she says yes. But every once in a while, she says, oh, no shit, thanks for reminding me. So she goes, no, why would I? I go, well, you probably need to get your alarm set because you got to work tomorrow. No, I don't. I'm like, yes, baby, you do. I'm like, today's the 4th. Technically, it's the 5th because we're now into the 5th already, so it's past midnight. So when you wake up in the morning, you have to go to work. She goes, no. And then she goes, oh, wait, hold on. And she goes, shit, I do have to go to work. And she had like this total panic moment that she really should have worked the next day. And she was so mad at herself. So I guess all day today, she thought she had tomorrow off. So, which is a much better way to live your life, because I know a lot of guys that by the time they wake up Sunday morning, they're mad because they got to work the next damn day, and they ruin their whole Sunday and pissed off they got to work Monday. She got to live all day today thinking she had tomorrow off also, and only had about 6 minutes of anger before she fell back asleep. So, but yeah, that was kind of cracked me up. I felt bad for her a little bit. I should have just set her alarm on her and not told her, but she realized, she's like, oh shit, okay, I'll set it. So it's all good. And if she showed up to work late or skipped the day, it's not like they're gonna fire her for it, but just would have pushed her back getting more stuff done. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.